Hello and welcome to Voices of Vision. I'm your host Shruti. Today's guest is someone who's turned his struggles into strengths and found meaning in helping others grow. He's a coach, a mentor who helps people do better in sales and earn more confidence. His journey hasn't been easy, but that's what makes his story real and inspiring. He believes life is not just about money, but about doing what truly matters. Let's welcome someone who speaks with honesty, leads with purpose, and lives with passion. Sachin Verma. Welcome,
Thank you so much.
Sachin.
Thank you so much for the invitation.
Thank you for
I'm
being
really
here.
grateful that you invited me for this podcast that is Voices of Vision. First, like I said, I don't appear for podcast and all, but we were talking about purpose, vision, which I believe everybody, even if I'm successful or not, everybody has some or the other, some purpose, some vision in their life. It can be small, it can be big. So I thought, okay, let's come on this podcast and let me also see that, if I, because normally we don't talk on these topics on purpose. Even if we are sitting with our family, with our friends, we really don't talk on these topics, which is very important in our life.
Absolutely.
Most people are still not clear about their purpose, about their meaning, about the reasons why they are doing certain things. So that is what I felt that, okay, let's come to this podcast and see how I can help others and how things goes.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sachin. And before we delve deeper into your purpose and your vision, I would still want you to share a little about your journey and how it all began to being into sales and coaching and all of that, so that our listeners know where you are currently to understand where it came from.
Perfect. So I started actually when I was in my college. So it was first year, and first year पे मुझे ये समझ में आ गया था that people are what doing is they were just going to their classes, coming back home, and then they're just enjoying. And I was like, I have to do something for my family, especially for my mom. So when I started, the main purpose was to help my family financially, to help my mother financially, because once you have money you have power. So coming from a middle class background, I was like, okay, I am going to college, wo sab kar rahe hain, everybody is going college and all, attending classes and all. So I was like, कुछ अलग करते हैं, ठीक है, कुछ सीखते हैं. तो ड्यूरिंग दैट पीरियड आई स्टार्टेड वाचिंग यूट्यूब वीडियोस, एंड वहां से पीपल टॉक अबाउट बिजनेस आइडियाज एंड ऑल. इफ यू वांट टू मेक सर्टेन काइंड ऑफ मनी, यू हैव टू डू दिस, यू हैव टू डू दैट. सो आई वाज नॉट गेटिंग एनी क्लैरिटी ऑन बिजनेस आइडियाज. देयर आर मेनी बिजनेसेस टू डू. एक साल डेढ़ साल में ऐसे ही फंसा रहा. आई वाज लर्निंग डिफरेंट डिफरेंट थिंग्स. बट फिर आफ्टर सम टाइम आई रियलाइज दैट इट इज अ मैटर ऑफ स्किल सेट. अगर आपके पास स्किल्स हैं, आप किसी भी बिजनेस में जा सकते हो एंड यू कैन मेक गुड मनी. एंड उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पर कमिंग आउट, बीइंग इन कॉलेज, आई वांटेड टू मेक मनी, टू टू बियर माय एक्सपेंसेस, टू हेल्प माय फैमिली फाइनेंशियली. पर्पस यही था कि पेरेंट्स को कैसे सपोर्ट करूं, एंड इवन टू make myself proud that, okay, now I'm in a position that I can make some money. So instead of running behind business ideas, which I was doing earlier, I started focusing on the skill sets which are important. कि ठीक है, मैं किसी भी अभी मेरे को कोई आइडिया नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, कोई बिजनेस नहीं समझ में आ रहा है, बट ओके, इफ आई हैव सर्टेन स्किल सेट्स, tomorrow I can jump into any business and make money. So that is when I came to know about sales, about communication, about branding, about storytelling. So these are the skill sets I came to know that, okay, if you have certain skill set, if you have persuasion, you can jump into any business and you can make money. So I started with learning and mastering this skill set. Earlier I used to go on YouTube and do all these things, watching videos, reading books. But then there is one more thing that I realize is, if you want to make big money, you have to be best in your game. So that is when I started taking mentorship from different people, from the best experts. So I learned sales, I learned closing, I learned persuasion, I learned business. Still I was not getting any business ideas. But and this COVID came, and now I saw people were making money out of their skill sets. So that is when I realized, okay, I have certain skills. Okay, I have learned certain skills. I have experience. I have a practical knowledge. I was doing sales and all. I was applying all those knowledge in the real world. Let me also jump into the space. okay, to help others with their sales, closing, persuasion, and all, and also I can make money. So in 2022, I started with this coaching and mentoring where I was training people on sales and different spaces and niches. And then slowly I started making money. So when I started, the purpose was different. When I was making money, it was like, okay, now I'm making money. I'm making 6, 7 figures. And this too without any, marketing and all. It was pure skill set. Today, I am in a situation that, okay, I am involved into 3 businesses. So because of those skill set only, I'm able to use all those skill sets in a different business. So I have more confidence, you can say. And I believe if you are having certain skill sets, it will bring money, and confidence in money is equal to confidence in life. So this is what is really important for me. So I'm at that position at this point of time. So
Okay.
this was my journey when I started and everything.
Amazing. I mean, it's a beautiful journey. You have used your skills in the best ways. And I think that is one big learning for anybody who's listening, that, once you have something, use it to the best.
Yes.
So, now with this beautiful journey, I want to ask you a question. Was there ever a moment of doubt or struggle that made you feel or question your path?
Every day. Because you're doing something which is different, you
Mhm.
know. I remember my family was like, पता नहीं क्या करता है सोशल मीडिया पे, वीडियोस बनाता है. एंड आई एम श्योर जितने भी लोग ये सुन भी रहे होंगे ना, they must be listening all these things from their relatives, from their parents. My parent is like, go for government jobs. ठीक है, दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट माइंडसेट कि आप गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए जाओ, हैव दैट सिक्योरिटी एंड लाइफ इज सेटल. बट आई वाज लाइक, नहीं, इससे कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. आई विल बी मेकिंग सम मनी. एंड इन दैट इट्स नॉट ऑल्सो अबाउट मनी, इट्स अबाउट विल आई बी रियली सेटिस्फाइड एंड हैप्पी
Mhm.
doing that 9 to 5 wala thing, you know. And I am a very creative person, bachpan se, very creative, very sporty, doing jokes and all. And being in that corporate structure is like आप एक system की तरह, एक machine की तरह चल रहे हो. So I every day I used to struggle. I even cried. Sometimes I used to have these small fights with my dad कि यार नहीं मेरे को करने दो. And they were like, नहीं तुम समय बर्बाद कर रहे हो, पता नहीं क्या वीडियो शूट करते हो. So earlier, the struggle was more, the pressure was more. But once I started making money out of this, even some of the relatives were like, पता नहीं कैसे पैसे बना रहा है, कुछ गलत काम तो नहीं कर रहा है. But once I started showing them my bank accounts, then they were like, okay, he's doing something. Earlier they used to think अच्छा कुछ पढ़ाता है, कुछ सिखाता है, he's a teacher. But धीरे धीरे, during the journey, I told them about this space, about this industry. We also started getting some testimonies from the client. So I showed those testimonies to my parents, and they were like, "Okay, you have certain skill set." So I said, "I am earning on the basis of my knowledge." So
True.
this is how slowly I was able to come out of all those things. Even today, because at this point of time I'm into different businesses, these challenges will come, the struggles will come. It is just that on daily basis I have this 30 minutes for myself where I prepare myself. I'll read certain books, I'll do meditation, I have certain quotes in my room. So I'll surround myself with all these things. So it's like मैं डेली बेसिस में 30 मिनट लेता हूँ अपने आप को प्रोग्राम करने के लिए, सो दैट आई डोंट हैव एनी ऑफ दिस नेगेटिव थॉट्स. बिकॉज इफ एक थॉट आया वहां पर, इट विल जस्ट मैग्नीफाई एंड देन यू वोंट डू एनीथिंग.
Amazing. I had definitely thought I would ask you about what is your daily ritual or habit that you're following, and you've already mentioned it. So, one thing that I understood from this last part of your conversation is that there is some kind of consistency that you have kept in your life. So, tell me, what was that role in your freedom or success or transformation? The role of consistency. I mean, that's a very important thing, and everybody who's a success has followed some consistency. So, what has it done for you?
True. I believe consistency plays a very big role. Even if you do anything, even if you learn a skill set, or if you are planning to adopt a good habit, it's all about consistency. Because once you are consistent, that will give you the confidence. If you're not, let's say if I'm learning certain skill set and I'm learning it for next 3 months, and after that I'm not consistent, I'm not doing anything, I'm not going through the notes, I'm not doing any practical. So after 3 months, after 4 months, you will be like, आपने सीखा ही नहीं उस स्किल को, आपने मास्टर ही नहीं किया. So whatever I do, I make sure that consistency is the key. There is one quote in my room, something like success is 5%, 95% is consistency. So this is
Amazing.
what I do in order to prepare myself on daily basis.
Mhm.
I know that okay, if I'm doing something, if I'm not getting the results today, maybe after 2 to 3 months I'll get those results. So I have to be consistent for the next 2 to 3 months now, right? And because I have been in this journey for the last 6 years, mastering different skill sets and all, so I at today I'm at a place that okay, now I know how to be consistent. I'm not going to come out of that. Even if anything is happening, any life challenges, I'll make sure that okay, हो सकता है मैं 100% ना हूँ आज, ठीक है, but 70% दूंगा, 60% दूंगा. It will not be like I'm sitting zero, just thinking, just overthinking and all. वो सिचुएशन नहीं आने दूंगा मैं. I'll make sure कि मैं 100 तक पहुंचूं, बट इवन इफ इट इज नॉट हैपनिंग, एटलीस्ट 70 तक तो मैं अपना, एक होता है ना मेरा जो रूटीन है वो मैं फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. वट एवर आई हैव रिटन माई गोल्स, माई 3 months goal, आई एम फॉलोइंग इट, इवन इफ इट इज 60%, 70%. सो आई बिलीव, एंड कई बार ब्रेक भी होता है. इट इज नॉट दैट आप कंसिस्टेंट हो वो ब्रेक नहीं आएगा, बट दिस इज व्हाट आई इवन टेल टू माय स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो. ब्रेक होने के बाद आप कितनी तेजी से वापस उस प्लान पर आते हो, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. देयर विल बी ब्रेक, समथिंग और द अदर विल हैपन इन योर लाइफ, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज आप कैसे वापस आते हो, कितनी जल्दी वापस आते हो, right? And
Yeah.
once that consistency is there, after certain time you will have that momentum, which is where the results will come, which is where the success will come, right? So I believe in that momentum part. So I believe that okay, I have to be my best, I have to do my best, I have to perform my best potential. So for that I need consistency. After 2 to 3 months of consistency, I know I will be having that momentum where the results are there, where I will be getting the rewards of all those 3 to 4 months. So this is what I believe, and this is how I function.
Amazing. So you already mentioned one quote that is there, but which is the most important your go-to mantra or quote or belief that keeps you going? Is it
Which
the
is the
same? Is there something different?
There are many quotes, I believe, but there is one thing that I keep telling myself, that okay, this is nothing, my potential is very huge. Whatever I'm doing, I know my potential. And this is, I continuously remind myself with all those things. You are a beast, something like that. This is kind of affirmations I give to myself, that I have everything. Okay, if I don't have, let's say if I want to learn something, if I'm not very talented, I'll put my hard work, I'll use my hands, but I'll become an expert in that. इवन कुछ लोगों को ऐसा लगता है ना, कुछ लोगों को कुछ स्किल्स सीखने में, लेट्स से इट इज टेकिंग 2 to 3 hours. And
Mhm.
if I feel that okay, I'm not that smart, I cannot learn that particular things like them, they are very smart, very intelligent, class में toppers आ रहे थे, I'm not that kind of person, but I know I have time. Okay, there is again one quote, hard works beat talent. So even let's say if I'm not talented, let's say,
Mhm.
I know hard work is with me. Talent though is God gifted, but hard work is with me. I'll do my work. I'll work for 12, 13 hours. So this is what I follow. So there is one just simple thing I keep telling myself, that I have a good potential and I need to touch that potential, in terms of anything, in terms of life, in terms of business, in terms of mindset, in terms of making money, everything, in terms of having good relationships. So this is how I think, and this is the thing I keep telling myself every day.
Okay, amazing. I mean, you have so many quotes and so many things that you keep telling yourself, which I think keeps you boosted up all throughout your work days and, all throughout your life. But tell me something, when you say this, that, you keep telling yourself that this is a potential that you have and you have to reach, does that make you feel or get the feeling of freedom? And if it does, what does freedom mean to you?
Forget the feeling of freedom. Can you elaborate this question, so that.
So, when we are doing something, you feel that when it's aligned with your purpose, with your vision, with your life, you start feeling free of that situation. So, does this kind of a feeling of telling yourself that I have a potential and I can reach there, or I am reaching there on a daily basis, does that feeling give you the freedom that, I am financially free or emotionally free, or there is, what kind of power or what kind of feeling does that give you? If not freedom.
Okay. Uh, I believe when I'm in this state, of continuously pushing my limits and all, doing my work and all. For me, freedom is with my family. Freedom is with my close ones. For me, freedom is being able to spend money without thinking, going out and everything. So, what I used to do is, like, this is in the month of April. So, I'll sit for next 3 months, I'll focus on my business, and then I'll take an off for 15, 20 days. So I don't believe in that balance wala part. जो लोग कहते हैं ना, having a balanced life, it is very difficult for me. For people like me, I'm a shark personality. It
Mm-hmm.
means very motivated. I don't like competition. I want to win, something like that. So that is my, I know myself. ठीक है, मेरी ये personality है.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है. And so I have to play with my personality. I have to use my anger in the work. I have to use my focus in the work. And but I for me it's very important. My family is very important. Freedom is very important. And sometimes in this case, in this journey, there are situations when I feel like कुछ तो miss हो रहा है. Yeah, I'm not being able to spend time with my family. That is when I'll cut from everything. Okay, I'll take a small break. And for me, freedom truly is, sitting with my family, discussing things, being with my friends. Because जब आप इस space में होता है, it's like a race.
Hmm.
You're continuously pushing your limits and all. कई बार you're putting everything, but still results नहीं आ रहे हैं उस तरीके से. And you're putting 13, 14 hours every day. तो वहां पर when you are coming to that situation जहां पर everything is now आपने सब कर लिया but कुछ मिल नहीं रहा है, that is when I'll take a small break, sit with my family, and then everything will be fine. So for me, both are different, and I don't believe in the balanced life. Uh, I believe that I have to jump all in. This is what I feel. Even someone will call, I'll be like, okay, if it is urgent, we can talk. If not, I'll give you a call after some time after the work. So from even in my daily routine is also like that.
Mm-hmm.
My parents know that okay, अगर इसको सुबह कॉल करेंगे फोन वो नहीं उठाने वाला until and unless it's not urgent, so they will give me a call in the evening because in the morning I'm very productive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is interesting to understand. And I want to ask a personal question here. I hope you don't mind answering, but if you do, it's fine. When you're saying you're not looking at balanced life and you're all in into your work or all in into your family, are you into a relationship? And if yes, then how do you manage that? Because understanding that, family and parents and cousins and siblings and friends would understand, but a partner with whom you are in a romantic relationship, it's very difficult.
True. True.
So whether you want to answer or not, it's your choice, but if you do, I would love to hear that.
No, I'll definitely answer that. What I believe is what I have learned from my mentors.
Hmm.
Everything is important. For me, work is also very important. For me, relationships are also very important. Family is also very important. So I have divided my days and you can say weeks, something like that is from Monday to Friday. I'm not going to meet. I have my personal rules. So there are certain rules which I have established for myself. So I
Okay.
stay alone. I am not staying with my family because family अगर आ जाएगी तो फिर कभी ये ले आओ कभी वो ले आओ, certain things will go. That is one big and I won't be able to focus. This is for sure. जितने भी लोग हैं घर पे हैं and family है तो थोड़ा बहुत तो disturbance होता है, थोड़ा बहुत affect करता है. One reason I'm staying away from my family because I will be able to focus. And वही है because my family is coming from that mindset कि जॉब करो ये क्या ये कंप्यूटर लैपटॉप से कैसे पैसे आते हैं, I don't understand, तो I cannot convince them. It's very difficult. So that is one reason. So Monday to Friday I will be work. If something is urgent, then I can meet, I can talk and everything. Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's all with my family. If I'm in a relationship, I'll go out, I'll enjoy, So this is how my day is divided. I'll talk even from Monday to Friday. It's not like I'm not going to talk. I have a dedicated hour. Okay, at this point of time, we both are free. We're going to talk. We're going to discuss everything what happened in life and business challenges and all. Because I believe even if you do anything, you need a person whom you can discuss your struggles, your challenges, and she's or he's the partner is one who can truly understand you. So there has to be an understanding partner, and you have to dedicate. It's not like every day I will be available, but I have a dedicated hour that okay, from Monday to Friday after 8 p.m. I'm free. We can connect, we can talk, and when it comes to meeting and all, Saturday and Sunday. So this is my day is divided.
Okay. So
Yes,
you can't say you're not maintaining a balance. Right now, work is more prior and important. That's why you're giving more time there and less time to, because they are already a part of your journey and life all throughout. Amazing. See, I agree that, this imbalance is something which is not very easy to accept, but everybody creates their own balance in their ways, and you
true.
have also created one. So amazing. My next question to you, Sachin, is what's next in for you? What are your plans?
Uh, my plans are like earlier, the plan was to learn certain skill sets.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, my plan is first, earlier, I was in a different situation. I was like, I have to build, do or die, something like that. I have to make money. But now I'm at a different situation. I'm like, okay, I have certain skill set, I have some savings. Now I can use those into different businesses, build different businesses. My
Mhm.
plan is so that even if my child is coming, he does not have to go here and there. I have built a good business so that I can, wealth is coming. We are not struggling financially. I am not struggling financially. So that is my plan. My plan is to connect with good people, build a good network,
Mhm.
have good surroundings. So this is what I'm thinking at this point of time, and to finally settle in life, but still doing my stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, this word settles always, gives me this jitter that why this mentality is always that settling means getting married. I mean, that's how we think. That's how the whole system works. I do not disagree to it, but it always gives me a thought every time when I hear this. Oh, you have to settle. I mean, what does settlement mean? It could mean something different for you and something different for me. So, but for you, I understand it means getting married and finally settling with a partner and having a family, which is wonderful. My last question, for anyone who's listening or who feels stuck or who feels unclear, what's that one small step that they can take today?
If they are feeling stuck or unclear, I would say don't think much. Okay, because it's just one thought and it can ruin your day.
Yeah.
Whatever you have planned, uh, whatever you have written, your goals and everything, you should take action from today itself. See, there can be n number of motivation or quotes, but you have to think that thinking is not going to give you any kind of results. And most of the people, they wait for the perfect timing, perfect movement, perfect something or the other. Perfect, nothing is perfect. Your motive should be to do whatever you have, whatever resources you have, just apply that and get into the work. If I Because even for me, I am starting this business, I think a lot.
Mm-hmm.
पैसा लगाया, प्रॉफिट हुआ कि नहीं हुआ, मेरा टाइम कैसे चला जाएगा, यहाँ फैमिली भी है, वहाँ कैसे टाइम दूंगा, इफ आई एम ट्रैवलिंग ऑन सैटरडे संडे, हाउ विल आई एबल टू गिव माई टाइम हियर. सो आई डोंट थिंक मच. हाँ, एक एक सेट है कि ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू मैनेज. बट इफ यू आर struggling, if you're not clear, come out of this thought first that you are struggling, you're not clear. जो भी पॉजिटिव सोच रहे हो आप, जो भी आप करना चाहते हो, जो भी आपने लिखा हुआ है, जस्ट स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन दैट. धीरे धीरे, आई बिलीव once you are in the journey, you will be able to figure out certain things, and then it is going to help you. Your focus should be that you're on the right, doing the right thing and being consistent. Once you're consistent, that journey itself is going to give you certain clarity. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर लाइक, जब मैं एकदम क्लियर हो जाऊंगा, एकदम सारी चीजें परफेक्ट हो जाएंगी, देन आई एम गोइंग टू स्टार्ट, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ विच दे प्रोकास्टिनेट, बिकॉज ऑफ विच दे आर नॉट एबल टू टेक एनी डिसीजन और एक्शन. So I believe first come out of this thought. It is going to be difficult, but I have been into this place that बहुत हो गया सोचना, let's do something, let's, you have to see on the daily basis what are the actions you are taking. If you feel like अच्छा कल, even I do this, evaluate your day. कल आपने क्या किया, कुछ प्रोडक्टिव किया, या यू फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग टिल आफ्टरनून यू वर जस्ट थिंकिंग, सोच ही रहे थे, या रील स्क्रॉल कर रहे थे, या सो यू हैव टू बिकम एन एग्जीक्यूशन मशीन. मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल आर ऑल्सो इन दिस माइंडसेट कि मुझे सीखना है. आपकी लर्निंग जर्नी इतनी होनी चाहिए, मोस्ट ऑफ द पार्ट शुड बी ऑन द एग्जीक्यूशन थिंग, बिकॉज लर्निंग तो इट्स नेवर एंडिंग. You are always a student in your life.
Absolutely. I
So
totally agree.
yes, so you have to focus. Okay, ठीक है, कुछ चीजें सीख ली हैं, I have enough things. Now focus on the execution part, on the practical thing, because वो आपका एक अलग experience, एक learning journey build करेगा. So come out. These are the certain things which you have to come out of that and start working from today itself.
Absolutely. And when you said all of this, it actually made me realize this is where I am also working to help individuals. And I'm so happy that, I don't know, I would love to ask you this question rather, that did you do it by yourself, or you had someone who had handheld you and guided you in the journey?
I would say there are mentors in my journey. I am not that kind of person कि हाँ मैंने सब अपने से किया है ना, it's not possible. There are people, there are family members, there are relatives, there are friends, mentors in your life who guide you. Now the thing is, आप कैसे action ले रहे हो? So it's not like everything was coming to me automatically and I have certain power and everything I was doing on my own. I cannot say that everything was done by my own. Sometimes I was struggling, my partner was supporting, my family was supporting. So
Mhm.
I believe, your family members are there, your friends are there in your journey, and you have to be always grateful for them. अगर वो नहीं होते, शायद मैं कहीं टूट जाता और शायद मैं इस जगह पर नहीं होता फिर.
Absolutely.
So that constant motivation, that friendly talk is very important. आपको ऐसा भी नहीं होना है कि इस जर्नी में आप एकदम अकेले हो गए हो, which is very difficult. You have to be surrounded with good people, and they are going to help you. So in my journey, everybody will come. My family, my friends, my relative, my partner, everybody will come in my journey. Their support and their everything will play a part.
Absolutely. So grateful, Sachin, that you shared such insightful thoughts about your journey, about your own life, your own purpose, your own perspective. And it was great having you here on the show. I hope you enjoyed answering my questions, and I hope I did not get too personal.
No, no, it was perfectly, I love the conversation. I was, like I said, this was a different conversation altogether, regardless of any business, more about life and all. And thank you so much for giving me an invitation
Thank
for
you
this
that you
podcast.
thank you that you could come here, and looking forward to much more relationships and many more podcasts with you.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.